fuck. I said no, but hold on. Okay, the other thing I need to check is... No, the drop thing is still happening. Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing. Um... Oh. Uh, I'm getting a little headache again, but I took some medicine. We're gonna still push though, only because I can't miss another day. I can't miss another day of streaming. So we're just gonna keep going. I was a little dizzy this morning at work, but the dizziness is gone. But now I got a little headache. I think it's the weather. Uh, because I think the sun's just making me feel like crap again. I get those headaches where like the wind, anything like the wind and the sun just give me a headache. It is just really fucking bad. And it is a thing. I thought I was crazy. Phantom looked it up and said, no, it is a thing. It's like weather induced headaches or something. But it sucks really fucking bad. But I am getting another one. I did take medicine. I can't take Excedrin because it's too late in the day. And it didn't because they got caffeine in it. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna post something in our chat, Hunter. So, yeah, that's a. I'm. It's okay if you don't know who they are. A couple people in that group will know. Phantom will definitely know. So, um, that's a name that I have not interacted with in a very long time. It's fine that they're a mod. I trust them. Oh, okay. I forgot. Okay, so I did work on this morning. I just forgot that I was still working on Lolcha because he don't think he has nothing. Oh my head hurts. I'm gonna deal with it. It's just started hurting like a half hour ago, but the sun. But like, I don't understand. I need to get something for this little tiny window. This window is so tiny, but the sun just beats on it like it's nobody's fucking business. It just fucking hurts. these aren't the right. I don't. This isn't the right stats. Also, yeah, I need those blackout curtains real fucking bad. It just really hurts. I had them upstairs in my room, in that other room I was in, and oh my god, they were such a godsend. But I need them down here real bad. Also, chat, I'm thinking about getting a second part-time job, because I cannot find a full-time job that I can deal with, so we might have to get a second part-time job. I need money. it's so technically this is a second job, but that means like 3 jobs I'm gonna be tangling with. So I might have to figure shit out. And then we might be moving. So it's just a lot in the next within this year happening. I will keep everybody posted when everything happens. But I'm just gonna start. Should I? You know what? I'm just gonna wait for some people to get in. I'll just do this stuff really quickly. Oh, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? You know what? I need. You know what? We're just gonna do this really quickly. Give me this truck. Give me her. I need to borrow her. She's mine. And it's gonna be a lot of. I'm gonna lower this a little bit while I talk. I think it's just gonna be a lot of changes within this year, depending on what's going down.
Let us dance once more.
I'm moving. I've got news for me. It's looking pretty likely that I'll be moving out to Buffalo by August if my documents get approved. Oh. Nice, nice. Well, we're moving because we can't really afford this house right now. So it's a very different story for the reasons why we're moving, but worst comes to worst. But I don't want to be in the place where we're going to be moving to, so I need to start saving up and possibly getting a place for myself. I need to start thinking about that for myself, because I really don't want to stay there. It's a little awkward for me, if I'm being honest, so I need to find a full-time job, or I need to be serious about this one, and then the other 2 jobs that I need to put myself in. Good morning, Noir. So, reminder, 8 Eastern, we're going to be doing some EX4 and 14 because the raid group wants me and Maury to get the weapons. And if Neff doesn't join, I'm going to see if Gun is available to join for us to do it. It would be so much easier. I also feel like I need to get better at healing. I did get my I did get my armor piece this week, so. The rent's gonna be $450 a month if I get a studio. Jesus Christ, that's not bad at all. Yes. Yes. Just finish this. And then we'll start story. I gotta log into the other account. We're gonna pull for an AXA on the other account when he drops. When I have enough for him. That's the plan. Since he's erudition and that account uses a lot of erudition, we're gonna get an axe on that one. I decided that over the weekend, since I do have a decent amount for that. So, alright. Now we are going to set up a lineup. This, and then... These, no, then... Actually, I want mighty. I want mighty. But like why not? I think that's all right. Now I will boost this up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna be pulling for an axe as well. He's so cool and voiced by Stephen Fu sounds familiar. Is he the solo leveling guy? The level solo guy or whatever? He does sound really familiar. Oh, he is wise. Oh, right. You guys did tell me about that. Yeah, the last time. I'm sorry. It has been like a hot minute. I've been all over the place. No, we are not doing equilibrium. Hello.
What's up?
What's up? We're gonna.
How you doing, gamer?
I'm getting a little headache from the sun. I might have to get some.
Oh.
I might have to get some curtains, dude.
I think what you need is a good ass whooping. That's what I think.
I'm just owie right now, but I also need to. I also need to boost you guys up for some reason. It's fucking.
Because your headache turned us down by instinct.
Also,
yes, the headache did that.
Hold on. Yeah, that too. Let me. How do I fix the voice thing? I had to fix it with Phantom. I had to fix it with Phantom when we were in the thing because it was. Here it is. Hold on. I fix. Hello.
Oh, that one.
Hello.
There we go. Yeah, I had to make it East Coast, for myself for some reason.
He's a scrub.
Oh my god, it's 5:50. Alexa, stop.
Alexa, shut up.
Bitch, you should be streaming. I will get you copyright striked on YouTube.
Don Hung.
Yeah, remember we switched to Don Hung?
No,
and we stopped here because it was... Okay. Last time,
Dragon Ball.
you learned things. Anaxa got really excited about something after conversing.
Right. Anaxa went to go see the evil old people.
Carefully. Yeah, he went to do that to get his way to see, and Kev's like, can you let me have a chat with Boyo in exchange for, you know, slapping Aglaya? And then we cut back to Dong Hung.
You guys don't mind if I don't have Don Hung on my team, do you?
He
whatever you want, gamer.
Made this section a little hard when I was trying to... I put him on the team for the story bit.
I'm just saying it only because...
He actually made it so hard he died.
Oh.
He's not very good.
You're kind of making me want to put him on there.
Come on, gamer.
But also, you should probably turn it to Japanese just for this section, because...
why is Gallagher on the team?
Alert!
Did I...
He's got a lot to say, but not verbally.
The fuck? You know what? Fuck it. Wind? Wind? Wind.
Yes. Yes.
Well, this
Yes.
is... I don't have a lot of wind at all.
Yes.
Not a lot of wind
No
at all.
smoke into the fire. Yes.
You know what? Let me see what we got going on here. Sky, Don Hung. Is Sky with us?
No.
No? That makes it easier,
You
I guess.
are twiddling your thumbs.
This will be the team. How about that?
I'm trying to actually remember where you were plot wise. I can check.
I I'm using story Danhong because Lord knows how good my Danhong is, which isn't. Where are we at? Are we back at the? Oh wait, we're back at the forest thingy. The
Yeah.
what were we doing here again for?
I'm checking the log.
Researching.
I think to figure out what a next.
Oh.
Not that he's quite literally not here.
Black monsters are twisted in form and their life has turned to ash together with their souls. It's impossible to figure out their form when they were still alive. These are the remains of a black tide monster. It does look different from the Titankin from up close. What's that underneath it? A scroll? Investigating the black tide minions and searching for an access read. Okay. A recorded debate between venerationist and newsporous scholars. Most of it is illegible, leaving only fragments of dialogue. Well, we all recall that state that dared touch the sky, but what were they really? Just blind masses manipulated by ambitious politicians who dared challenge the Titan's authority? A completely meaningless attempt, an absolute mistake. Your venerationists have bowed to the Titans for so long you've forgotten the scholar's true purpose? Making a mistake does not mean the act was meaningless. Even those students new to the Grove understand this from basic logic lessons. An entire city-state reduced to ashes proved the skyship's construction was a mistake. To me, that's precisely the meaning they achieved through sacrifice. Am I hearing this right? Such a statement. Are you converting to venerationism? No, I'm simply examining the matter from another perspective. Legible content ends here.
Legible content is here.
As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid
Slurs,
discussion from the
slurs,
sky.
slurs.
It's a debate between two scholars about the sky ships. Aglaya also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us. A memory I'd
Man, sky
rather
this, Sky
forget!
that. That's all I'm hearing.
Huh?
That's all I'm hearing. Sky this, sky that. Who cares?
The
Who cares?
I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. Well, what if it's about me? You should care about me.
No, I don't care. Even more.
You're right. Too true, bestie.
You're
Lost
a
cause.
smelly gamer.
Can't be helped. 0 out of 10. Can't recommend.
Ah, great.
Smelly gamer.
That's Hyacinth. Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much faith as I have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out there.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
Wow! I can't tell if you're serious or not. But being hard to read isn't without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. All right, now let's get him.
Danny. Loveday is really cute. That's normal.
Now accept your
Alright, guy. I forgot this was auto. Hold on. It's fine.
Man, Sky with the auto battle.
I was like, right, Mighty is auto, but I was like, wait a minute, you have to get him in auto mode first.
bust.
See the appeal to having a good Oh, maybe I'll bust. See the appeal to having a good preservation unit that can do AoE each. Because it's like, oh fuck, my computer's doing that fun thing again where it doesn't like me. Hold on, I think I don't.
Well, make it.
Okay, well, it doesn't like me
Get
either.
on a
If
date.
that does-
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Maybe it's my computer. We'll figure it out
No.
as we go along. Because if it's not any of these options, then I'm just gonna have to figure something else out.
It's fine.
For now, it is.
You've entered the world of survival horror.
Yeah, with my internet.
Exactly.
This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The black
should
tide
actually have a
is
healer instead of
remarkably quick to
adventuring,
detect
though, I'm
the light
thinking
of
about it.
Emporius.
Nah.
So I
There's not
or
much combat
rather,
in this
the
section.
blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me.
Wait, what? The black ties mark only click to detect the light of Amphorius. Oh, the blessings of the Sky Priest. Oh, okay.
Anyway, never mind that for
Oh.
now.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time
Here,
reading because this little headache
You
I have.
might want to have a
It's
look
little
at
right
this.
now.
I found it around here
Little.
and thought it might be of interest to you.
Little.
I did eat, so.
Oh.
Debate record
the
between two
blessing
scholars.
of-
Most are illegible, leaving only fragments of dialogue.
Damn scholars. I
Well,
did
then
again.
enlighten me. What exactly do you mean by examining from another perspective? Oh, the continuation. What do you mean by examining from another perspective? Simple. You see, when we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our heads, it's below our feet. Okay. I don't even want to know what kind of situation inspired you to make such exalted theories. By the way, I have a student who loves to write satirical comedies and once wrote about a fool who could not figure out a question no matter what. As I said, there's no reasoning with you, Venerationist. You're like Dromeces, huge yet always gazing downward at the earth, while I want to be the wasp that stings the Dromas. What if that state tyrant's defeat simply proved that among all paths to Aquila, the sky ship was the wrong one? And Anaxagoras, you impious blasphemer? That's Anaxa? Mark my words,
Yeah.
you eventually answer for your sacrilege. I doubt your students or that young teaching assistant girl have any
Are they
idea
talking
what
about
secret
you or something?
research
Like, damn.
you're truly conducting. No, I may be a scholar, but it ain't that kind of scholar.
A blasphemer or some sacrilege? Damn, it does
Nah,
sound
man,
like
I'm a charlatan. There's a difference.
you, though.
Anaxagoras.
I don't know. Blasphemer might be a new one to add to your repertoire.
True. He's a scholar who fused himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching this guy. He's never mentioned anything about it.
Interesting.
Did you ask?
Phenon and
Did you
Anaxa might be opposed to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a
There it is.
heretic,
Heretic. There you go. That's a
even
word.
if he's as liberal as
Heretic.
the grove.
Heretic is one. Charlatan is another.
Yet, it is also this very
That's what the
blasphemer
Codex
that
Astartes told
Cersei's
me you are.
favors.
A heretic.
Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
I picked up a scroll on my way here, too. It looks like it may be related to the one you're holding.
Oh, let me have a look.
Oh, Phantom responded to your message in the other chat.
Yeah! Yeah!
Nice and commence both records come up
By the
together.
looks of them, these
I know the name
scrolls
sounds
are
familiar, 'cause I
records
think you
of
mentioned
two
the name a few
conversations
times,
that
but
took place
I
in the
will
same
I
setting,
will
Don't know the
explain
person.
everything
one
later.
after the other.
Okay.
It's not a
In graphic
conversation
detail?
that's meant for the world to hear.
In graphic detail?
Yeah,
Hopefully not.
exactly. Yeah, no. There's still much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, dear lord. Venerationist. These words are really fucking weird.
The Grove of Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar, each is unique in its own way. Among them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most.
At least I'm saying that word right to a degree.
As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with Anaxa.
Loggerheads,
If we were to
that's a
place the
word.
7 sages on the scales of Talanton, Anaxa and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
Very illustrative explanation, thank you. Was it a mistake to build the sky ships? Oh, they built them?
Nearly everyone in Amphorius has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini Treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
Oh, right, I'm dead. That was a
Oh
That
snap!
was a
joke,
joke.
right?
Right?
Oh god. What is an Axis field of study? Heretics, evil old people council, and a spear user. Sure is getting heavensward in this.
Damn, damn. You know what? You're
These
kind of right
courses
though.
primarily
Oh
study
man.
the
Now we need the
application of
giant. Oh
alchemy in
wait, we're
soul
getting the
repair.
dragon. Oh
Oh, here we
Everything
Heck.
go.
that is
we
being
So
studied
now it
are!
is
always comes back
Wait,
to
no.
fucking
that to know
14.
the
There's
value
also
of
one
your
important
investments,
ingredient you're missing.
no
Lots
matter
of
how
crying.
to build.
Oh, oh.
You
Wait.
must say
No,
that
no,
Wait.
no!
it's likely
Here
what
comes the
lies beneath
tears.
his eye patch.
Oh, everyone stares an exoblast from Bethesda never stopped from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say he's hiding something that is likely lies, but well,
Haha, you don't know. Lol.
I remember what's underneath the eye patch now. He sacrificed his eyeball to see his sister one more time.
Full
That's
Metal
fucking
Alchemist.
crazy.
Full Metal
Yeah,
Alchemist.
I know the
Full Metal
dragon. That's crazy.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth.
Oh, she's cute.
Perhaps, to him, the crash of the sky ship carries a different
I
interpretation.
have to give it $1 general.
The
tomorrow to
firmament
burn
is not
medicine and
impenetrable.
lotion. I have no more.
On the contrary,
And
it
my
was
skin
precisely
is
because the
screaming.
sky ship represented the first step toward breaking free
I have a little
from the
bit left.
shackles of the
It
earth,
should last me.
that it
till
provoked the
tonight.
wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself.
Because my legs are. Whew.
It's a
Maybe
shame
I'll
that
get
the
some
majority
salt,
of the Grove's research on
bathwater
Aquila
salts,
was
too.
headed by
I'm
the
about to say salt. I'm pretty sure
Venerationists,
you have enough of that.
with sacrificial
No,
rituals
I
making
might
up
need
the predominant
I
part
might
of
need
their
to soak in
findings.
some bathwater salts because
You might get some later
Discourse about
tonight.
more esoteric subject matters
Yeah.
in relation to Aquila
because my
dwindled
legs
even
are hurting,
further after the
burning a
sky ship
bit.
incident. So much
I
so
need
that
some money to take care
even
of
the
it. I need to
scroll
start
is
taking care of it
completely
real
new to
bad.
me.
It's starting to irritate me real bad. Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can find on the Titans for now. There's something else that caught my attention, though. This says that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them.
He was studying soul things,
I
right?
have a bad feeling about this.
Is there a
Could
chest
there
or
be
anything I can
more
grab
to
over
what happened at the Grove?
here? Oof. That was SSD, that wasn't internet, don't worry about it. You'll know if it's internet if you get like those little swirly circle
Yeah.
circle thingies in the middle of the screen.
That's it. Let's get Sky a new computer. Let's go.
This is the Library of
I know, I
Philia,
gotta save up for that too.
a place
It's gonna
where
be
the
that
Grove
time
stores
coming
its
up.
Honestly, I
collection.
I might recommend you a site if you're looking for a
Other
new
than
computer.
books
I
written
would
by the
suggest.
seven
Well, it
schools,
might be too little,
you can
too
also
late.
find
Just don't get
philosophical
anything from
texts,
China for.
ballads,
Oh no,
Obviously,
I'm
not
talking
much
about
information.
you won't
Writing
have to
she
order
outlines
separate
here.
parts and shit like that.
No, I mean
No.
even with
Desire
separate
to
parts, make
learn
sure
from
those
the
parts
Grove
don't get made in
were
China
apparently
because
expected
you won't be able to.
contribute knowledge of equal value to what they sought. We've had more
Well,
than
I
our
have
fair
to-
share
I
of
have to save
hilarious
up,
episodes over the years.
I will have
For
to get a new
instance,
one at some point,
it's said
Hunter.
that the
There's no
Erythrocaramists
in and outs
once
of it.
borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original. What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it
Let me
is.
see if I can find that site for you.
Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Kremnos?
Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos, so I guess they were spared. There are too many books in the Library
Hi,
of Philia.
Glenn.
Flipping through them all will take too long.
Is that Legogles?
Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
Yay, reading.
Agreed. This place isn't safe. We should leave as soon as we're done. There are still several more scrolls strewn all over the place. I'll gather them while you pull up those texts. This way, nothing will be overlooked. Butterflies. Search for the materials left by an axe. Is there stairs? There's stairs. There's stairs. Don't like this heart thingy. Oh, these, yeah. There are complaint letters from the scholars about Anaxagoras, the blasphemer. There's a thick stack of letters. Based on the dust accumulated in the perfectly intact seals, the complainee did not even... Complainee over... Holy shit. Did not even bother opening them and just trucked them aside into a corner. This is about Anaxa. I should read this. Hyacinth, you should come have a look too.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. Whoa. Are these all complaints about him?
That's what I said.
I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society. They're probably all things like that.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the great performer? When Anaxa
He's got a lot of
established
names,
his
I
school
see.
thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone.
He read his own work to everyone.
Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn.
An uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish.
He's a loony.
Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholars' allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Well,
Am
I
I
mean,
supposed to put myself in Anaxa's shoes and answer that? First allegation was, do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas would likewise be their creations? Yes. As told in the mist, the seas, the skies, and the earth are all, beyond the shadow of a doubt, creations of the Titans.
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the flame chase journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans. Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation. You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
That's a serious allegation. Did he really do that?
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient.
Full Metal
Every being in the
Alchemist.
world owes their safekeeping to Kifili, and this is even
Full
more so for the
Metal
Chrysos heirs
Alchemist.
who have divine blood coursing
Cute.
through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious. Thankfully, they had
Oh.
no way to prove it, so it amounted
Well.
to nothing more than an allegation in the end.
It doesn't matter now since all of them are dead.
One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods? It was only after a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that titans are meant to be noble constructs.
What he didn't say, that the Titans are not noble, rings louder in this case.
Yes, I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's for certain at least is that Anaxa was allowed to stay in the grove where he continued his research, despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the Grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anax's alchemy lab,
Oh.
hidden between the cornerstones.
Ooh, saucy. Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, could there really be such an oversight right under their noses?
It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary
Raru.
where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the Grove in this state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
What he won't know won't kill him. These trees, they're like a maze. I'm just gonna...
Time to take the elevator.
Can I just walk it? No, okay.
No. You have to get it moving.
Didn't I?
Is your
Huh?
game? Game? Game, are we feeling well?
Ah!
Oh my god, okay. Well, that was fun.
That was weird.
That was scary. The game's like, hold on, let me think about that.
Game is funny. Game thinks it's hilarious. Only me, Chuck. Only me. Yeah, you got that, right? Yeah.
It's this place again.
Oh.
See, I told
This
you
is the
there wouldn't be
place.
much combat.
But where is everything? Materials for
Alright, they
alchemical
didn't follow
experiments,
us. I keep forgetting that.
matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. Did the Black Tide destroy it all?
No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way.
It's just fucking empty now.
Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
Oh yeah, Don Hung really is a dragoon. He really out here be like... Square. These are the materials requested by Anaxagoras. Documents from various fields have been compiled in one place, including Titan creations, the universality of the soul, alchemy doctrine, and so on. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of the New Sporus school of thought. However, a document titled A Study on the Chrysos Heirs Background is mixed with it. Little sussy buka. These appear to be quick notes examining the background of Chrysos' heirs. The Holy Maiden of Yanisopoulos, Tribi, Trian, and Trinan, descendants of the Holy Maiden from the Temple of the Three Faiths, Goldweaver Aglaia of Akama, from the Monastia priestly family, the Prince of Castron Kremnos, Hyacinth of the Twilight Courtyard. All of their ancestry have varying degrees of connection to the divine titans or their divine authorities. Does the golden blood come from the heritage of priest families or royal bloodlines? In Anaxagoras, I myself show no such connection. Kefali the creator, what criteria did they use to create the golden blood to shape the Chrysos heirs? Yet Castris, the servant of death from Idonia, her lineage is neither Titan, priest, nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennia, with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come? She walked. Oh, okay. Where does power come from? Another text speaks of the dragon legends of Styxia. The alchemical extraction of soul ripped from dragon corpses is intriguing. Ugh. Dragons appear to be the Titan's creations. Perhaps there's a way to reverse the process, using alchemy to refuse human souls with Titan creations, increasing the purity and divinity of golden blood toward the absolute. This theory must be tested, experiments to be arranged.
What's going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and me?
This journal contains several intriguing points. Creation Titans. From the abyss of fate to Castrum Kremnos, I've seen many a Titan creation during my time at Amphorius. Life forms created by Circes can also be found in the Grove. But fusing them with human souls through alchemical means, I can't even begin to imagine. Anaxa seems to hold special interest in the divinity coursing through the Chrysos Air's veins, and has even conducted a thorough investigation into the heroes' backgrounds.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new sporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases, it also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs. But now, it seems Anax's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Through alchemy, pardon. Through alchemy, Anaxa aims to refine the golden blood in the Chrysos heirs to a degree of purity equal to divinity. This must be what he means by close to true purity. But treating both Titan creations and the human body as materials to be used in alchemy experiments, that's rather extreme. You think?
That's a little crazy. A little.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
Can I read this fine? This one's going to be fine. These documents appear incomplete. Judging from what's left behind, the important alchemical formulae have been taken away. Only the author's reasoning remains. The previous approach has flaws. Fusing human souls with Titan creations does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Chrysos heirs' golden blood. Soul fusion between humans and creations merely repairs the impurities of the soul, or maintains a connection to dying souls. While creation myths tell us that the Chrysos heirs and other creations were all made by Titans, their nature differs fundamentally. The Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemical process, and the Chrysos heirs are closer to the Titans than the creations. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Chrysos heirs. The hypothesis I should focus on is one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such rare chances to study the Titans demand a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans are proven possible to restrain, and dead Titans offer no insight worth pursuing. But dying Titans, they are the perfect research subjects. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything's birth. Through my own hands, I will melt a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul.
Melt a Titan?
It melts.
Okay.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After
Melt
going
a
through his
Titan,
notes,
bro.
I think
It's
I
not
can
like
piece it
melting
all together now.
chocolate.
Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
Do you remember when the black tide was approaching? the Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
But Cersei's took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we're in now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
You think it was intentional? What do you
Put
mean?
yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the black tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
I'd put my theories to the test, no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the black tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the luminary throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Could he have taken them for other purposes?
Like, what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
Carefully?
No. No way.
Bye! Bye-bye! As you can see,
Entity.
this
Perfection.
guy
One
is
must
fucking
first understand the
unbelievable.
principles of creation. If Anaxa is an outcome now, then that means
Holy shit, this guy is very calculated.
He's after Kefali.
Hester Kefali. It's like I'm going to fuse myself with.
Holy shit.
I am going to fuse myself with Apollo.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this chapter is gonna be so fucked.
Sir,
Anyway.
the sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Time for a flashback.
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world, so that students like you may still learn about the night sky. Astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the holy city is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the Great Tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
Please, can I have research funding for my legals?
You're right.
Yeah, whatever, I'm
I
old.
shall do just that.
I'm dying,
In
fuck
the
it.
next meeting of the
I
sages,
give up.
I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve.
Young and X would be like, yippee!
Establish your own school of thought.
I'm tired, fuck it.
Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
I'm gonna get my cat footy.
Child of humanity.
Honest guy.
What the
His
fuck?
ass.
You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali.
Also, can
Oh.
I smack
Ask
Phantom
him
for
a
what he
few
said earlier?
questions.
No.
Did you?
For the skibbity comment? Please, can I just beat him up for that?
He
You
needs to
figured it
die.
out. I were as foolish as a Dromus.
What a loser
Perhaps
saying
I'd throw
skibbity.
myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well,
But
sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Pride is such a cursed thing.
Before
brother.
such power,
Anyway,
does it
before
make
you
any
die-
difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the
Man, that
raging
just
waves
looks like
threatened to
Fatalis
swallow
read it,
them,
please.
they didn't just give up.
Oh,
and
is that what you're
become
fighting here? Oh,
ducks.
damn. Good luck.
No,
Nah, fuck that.
they constructed
Do you have
a dam
elemental
That-
weapons on
that
hand?
kept the
We're gonna
road
be
That right
fighting
there,
a white
Sky.
Fatalis, I bet.
chaining down the
that is the
myriad
location of at least 2 God of War
They call me
stages.
a blasphemer,
That's what that is.
Hey, I
that
have a
doesn't
copy
mean
of God of
I
War. Oh, wait, I
deny the
can't play it.
existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
I'm willing to cut those games slack just because, like,
the Titans is what you crave.
yeah, it's like
Why
Greek
not
mythology
conform to the
themed.
prophecy
Of
and
course,
brave
it's
the
grungy
trial?
and gross because Greek mythology is grungy and
Yeah,
gross.
it's like, man,
stop at
mythology is,
harnessing
like,
the
really
power of
fucked
the
up.
Titans when I
Yeah,
can do
so it's like I
much
don't
more?
I don't mind the game's tone. The game's tone
The
is
source
appropriate
of
if all
life is what
in
I
all
wish
things.
to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn.
I should
I
play
remember
those
playing the
and
demo
then
of the first one for like the first time. I got my ass
Thanks
kicked
to
in that
you,
game. I was like, damn.
I've had
I'd
the
rather just
chance
play
to
Hades
personally
more.
verify.
I should play those and then the
in more
Norse
ways than
ones.
one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death.
Maybe kind of whiplashy.
But
You
where
go
there
from
is
like
death,
non-stop
there is
action
life.
to like
And
walking
where there
sim.
is an end,
Oh, I heard
also
that Ragnarok
beginning.
does a better job at it.
How then is a soul born? That was
Do I actually
the
have
only
that game? 'Cause it
unknown
came with my,
variable left in
my
calculations.
my PS5, but like I
And
haven't
by the
touched it.
sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already
Actually,
drawn
no.
a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
And let me tell you, it was
Professor
some
Anaxa.
shish.
Eyes? You mean
I'm
I?
here.
Hi.
His life hangs by a thread.
Oh
I
yeah,
must
we're
ask
both,
you
we're
to
both
refrain
gonna
from
die.
taking any unnecessary steps.
Of
And
course,
then Max is like,
I'll bring this to a conclusive end and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
Aura, did you know him? A dinosaur.
As you wish.
Oh my god.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and his survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier, the answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes,
Uh,
I am but a living dead man now.
A living
But
dead
that's not
man.
important. What truly
that doesn't matter.
matters
I'll
is
tell you about it later.
I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember
Maybe
how
even
I
on
said you
people's
were a part of
conversation?
that
That's not cool.
conversation too,
Oh, right.
Circes?
We were following them, her and,
And I've told
what's
you
his
that I have
face?
no recollection of
Nias.
such an event. That
The
was
only reason I
likely just an
remembered was because I
illusion
played the
conjured
fucking
up by the
game last
mind of a
weekend.
dying man.
Of course you would remember. Because that wasn't you. That was Calypso. One of the 7 sages
None
of
of my
the
things
grove.
in New Jersey. Can I go get it for me, please? Get my package for me.
Calypso.
Incorrect.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world, so who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness, yet you have no idea who she is? The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one.
Oh.
Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that. But it matters not. I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. I don't know
Actually,
what you guys are doing. Fuck y'all.
Why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple, is it not?
Gee, man, wish we all
You know,
thought that.
easy.
So easy. Easy game for babies. Oh, game. What are you doing?
It's loading. Meanwhile,
Oh,
I have news from Hyacinth and Dunhung. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
sussy.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kynus is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans.
Which bitch?
Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Preposterous! The Christos-heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Wah.
wham, baby, wham. Wow, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Oh my
Ah!
god.
Gaius, jump scare!
But we've never met.
What is
we've
that
never
supposed
met.
to mean? Is this really
Hello,
a sword
Oleg
fight?
of
are you?
Emporius.
Ferocious warrior?
What? Who the fuck is Oleg? What? Okay. He's
It
like,
has indeed
what does that
been some
mean?
time, Lord Krateros. What brings you here in such
I
haste?
love how the traveler's like, there's a guy like this on another
Keep it
planet.
down.
Jesus.
Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for kindness.
And they smell bad.
I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
It would be hard not to notice thunderclaps in broad daylight. No, I'm a heavy sleeper. Hooray! It's Acheron! Someone's coming to see.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
You know,
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
yeah, he's
I guessed
he's
as
back.
much.
He didn't-
We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
No, shame.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
Anytime, any
You have
place.
my gratitude.
Sure thing.
You have my thanks.
Let
I
Adlaya
am
know
in your
about this.
desk.
I know, I thought the same thing.
Remind her to be
I
on her
thought the
toes while
same
you're at it.
thing.
That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately.
You sounded just like Yusuke.
Those lackeys she keeps
You're
undercover
next.
have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
Oh, old citizen.
That's...
Angry people.
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Crateros.
Can I say that the voice actor for Finon is all about the mighty and Finon Perry?
Yes.
He himself is gay, and he also has a partner.
Yes!
I know, right? It's so fucking great.
It's canon, as far as I'm concerned.
Alright, new team. Let's set this up. Because I was watching a video today. I'll show it to you later. You know what? We'll keep this team. We'll just keep it. Why not? Why not? We got our boy Mighty. Yeah, I know he's not here, but it's
By
fine.
Catholi into Lent
sure it's
and
fine?
above,
Are you positive?
as the Theoros,
No.
I have observed. Virtuous
Also, what sucks about
citizens of Akama,
With the walking
Finan
mode.
Vides, Elysiae, and the Outlander are heading
Instead of
toward
combat
us.
activated, it's walking activated.
Hello, I approach ye.
Oh, it got rid of my walking.
Aglaya, what happened here?
I know about the poisonous
The game's like,
fangs
yeah,
of
you know,
that
I'm sick of
king
walking.
snake
Hurry up
through the
now.
golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
I may have done a fucky wucky.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments.
We
I have
must
been a
kill.
demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites, no longer capable of relating to the people. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
Yes, this is my duty, but
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person.
Also,
Their
did you
so-called
beat this
more support
patch,
is no
by the
more
way?
than a ruse
Yes.
to distribute
Alright, let me
power
know
using
when I
words
have
instead of
to stop.
lances. There is no
Approximation of
glory
current
in
time.
winning this debate.
Okay.
But
I
that
have to
makes
start
having
at
respect
8,
for
so
humans
Yeah.
so much
just
more
let me know when I
Five,
do
so-
have to stop, if
Finan,
because I don't know
you are a
when
Chrysos
there's a
heir
good place
without
to
flaw,
stop or when it
capable
will
of
let me
relating deeply
Yeah,
with
you want to
humans.
make sure you have a good spot so you don't
There's
get
a
trapped into
place
something
That
I'm
or
hoping you'll be
when
able.
it won't let me stop.
I hope we'll
There's a
Sometimes
place I'm
your
hoping you'll be able to
expectations
reach.
and win this
Tries to
debate.
exit the
Which
game, slaps
has-
your hand.
Oh man, not these debate things. I'm so bad.
Not really. It's not. It's not actually that.
Oh god,
Man, I
kindness.
hate debating. Get the shit
Because women be like, "Lol, I'm old.
Oh,
What
you've
la
done well,
lamau."
Lord Calictus.
out.
Let me take over and personally
Collect
close this
this.
debate.
Collect these nuts.
In your mouth. Oh, also I took that thing back today.
Dearest counselors,
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
let it be known
no
that I
issues?
sorely
No, I
miss the
gave. They
blissful
didn't even
times
need the
portrayed in
paper. They
lyrical
just needed
poems.
the thing
Back
that
then,
was
Amphorius
on the,
was home to
on the,
nearly 1,000 cities, each
Poggers.
with their own local
the
faith,
box that
while
they put on.
gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans.
So
Yet,
the $80
in the
will be
present,
back in my account
people
soon.
from all over are forced to leave
That
their
$80
homeland
goes to me
seek
for my IT
refuge
services.
in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Catholi's
$8 is
protection.
probably gonna go to bills for next
All of
week.
us have long been in the same boat with
I was.
no
It
way
might.
out of
'Cause,
this plight.
I was hoping it would go to Lunar.
We didn't have a choice in the past, but now
Apparently, we have to wait until it's officially
the
out to even
Council
buy
of
it.
Elders brings
They
to the
said
table
it's
a
gonna
new
only be
possibility.
exclusively physical
All
on
I have
Amazon.
left is one
Yes. Well,
question
no,
for you.
there's digital, but
I know,
Would you
but
rather
they said if you
strive toward
want
the
physical, it's only
unheard
going to
of
be on
Aranova,
Amazon, and they're going to keep
or
dishing them
return
out
to
if
the
the demand is
prosperous
still there.
Arachrysia of our
good
past?
because I'm so sick and tired of
Make
people
your
buying up stuff like
choice.
that and then trying to turn that shit like into like a
Now,
rare game.
Which
'Cause
of
they
the
think it's
two
funny.
would lead mortals to an ideal future?
No hesitation, I stand by Aranova. If it is possible, bring Eric, Chris.
Oh, did you? I don't know if you've seen it, but did you see the Lunar press kit they were giving out to reviewers and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous that's not even just a special edition. That should just be like a special edition for it. You get a T-shirt, a mouse pad, a cloth poster. bromide trading cards, dioramas, and then prints and stuff like that. Come on.
You can't have your past if you're not going to have a future with the way that you want to fucking run it. Or return to the prosperous era Krista of our past. See, that's what I'm saying. If it's possible to bring it back. I mean... This would
Giving us a laugh.
This would be the answer, but if it's possible, is the correct one for it. But how are we supposed to send Amphorius back to Era Chrysia?
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the
Chrysia,
past,
sorry.
Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
That's what I'm saying.
Let the 3 Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
Oh, Nax is here. It's
know
over.
that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death.
They actually synced up dialogue to
With
when
the
they
help
make
of
the
these
cuts.
2 heroes,
I'm
I
shocked.
can promise all of you
It's like the
that
first time in this
Anaxagoras
game where
will
they've done that with the
exist
English
once
dialogue.
more.
I'm like, hold up. Wait. It's actually synced for once.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs?
Ew,
They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
Also, Sky.
Yes.
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not
Moths.
get along well in their group.
Moths.
All the more proof that Aglaya
There's
is
An
about
moths.
to
update to the
speak on
moth?
behalf of every
There's
Chrysos heir.
moths.
I am in favor of Era
Oh,
Chrysia.
I see. Moths.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia!
I feel like this crowd dialogue would be a lot more effective if not for the fact they probably couldn't get many VAs due to the... I wonder how this sounds in like other languages. Maybe it does actually sound broader. Because it just sounds like a couple
Why
people
are
in
you
a
standing over
room.
there?
You finally arrived, Naxa. So have you, Cass.
Bitch.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries.
Oh yeah, you can't pre-order.
Could you continue
the
to
lunar
converse
stuff
like
yet either.
how the citizens
Nope,
normally
you cannot.
do?
They're not allowing you to even touch it until the day is released.
Tell me, dear citizens.
That's
If we
concerning.
successfully
I don't know why
retreat
there's no
and return
pre-orders.
Thanatos'
I don't
core
understand
flame
the logic
without
behind it,
anyone
but I
passing the
assume they
Death
have their
Titan's
reasons.
trial.
I don't
What
know
would
what
happen
Gung Ho's
next?
doing. I don't remember if they did this with Grandia either.
The answer
I don't
is
think so. I think
simple.
Grandia you could pre-order.
We will have a chance to rid the world
Then again,
of
I think
death
the physical copy
and
of
bring
Grandia, I think it was maybe
Amphorius
limited
back
run,
to an era
if I
when
recall.
all beings live forever.
Or probably not. No, actually, no. I
We'll
don't think it was
usher
limited
in a
run.
new future that will be entirely different from the flame chase journey.
He's one of the 7 sages. That's impossible.
I keep checking back to see if I can order Lunar. It's like, nope. I can't even get it through Play Asia because while the
So
Asia
the
versions
proposal
are
is
like,
much
you
too
can pre-order, the
idealistic.
US versions you
As
can't.
long as the Black Tide still exists, how
It's like,
can we go
Jesus Christ.
back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
You mean the Black Tide?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You all had to hide. You know what?
Isn't this just survivorship bias? There's a joke I could make here.
Oh.
No, I won't. Not yet.
Could it be that you heard that from the Flame Reaver themselves?
Actually, no. I heard it from a dead man
Citizens,
walking.
let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful old world, where are you now?
Oh, I can't wait to fucking do her in.
Return to the mortal
Apparently she
realm.
was an assassin, though, so who
After
fucking
the
knows?
destruction of the three
Oh, I
Titans
definitely
of
can't wait to do
Calamity,
her in.
the flame chase journey will have to end.
Oh.
This is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly fortunate and blessed. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
Huh?
What?
With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorus brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Erechrysia will return to our world once again.
I don't know, Chief. Seems a little sus.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. Buy carefully into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed.
I forgot about that frickin' creepy guy.
Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this Citizens' Assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the Flame Chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya, what has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the flame chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
Well then, I guess
feel
we'll find
like
out if that's true at the Citizens'
That
Assembly.
the guy's gonna come here near the end of this fucking ordeal.
Marcus announces the conclusion of the debate, and the attendees part ways.
So what? It's suspended right now? Is this what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
So we can't.
Proceedings are You're gonna need to talk to Cass. No, don't shoot. No, don't shoot her.
Anaxa, buddy. We need to have a word. We need words.
Cass, what the fuck?
It seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me.
Yeah.
I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
I am so
In that
itchy.
case, please tell us as much as you can.
What happened when you went to look for Anaxa?
In actuality, he
Yeah,
showed
hope
me
you're seated. I hope you're seated.
a past that was both long and heavy.
Several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended
man.
you
The
set
reason I
aside
say
sufficient
this
time.
is as I've
Here we
mentioned
go.
before,
Christ. Alright.
the answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Okay.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes.
Oh.
Have you heard of this tale before? A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze
The dragon.
and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen. Until one day, an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun.
Oh no, Sky, you think about getting that game?
To rip the waves apart.
No, not right now.
Okay.
I just
It
figured
barged
I'd let
into the
you all
tall
know
tower
it's
and
cheap
devoured
right
the
now.
queen's beloved daughter.
I should pick it up
It even
because it
settled
does look
itself in
interesting,
her
but I have so
bedroom,
many games in my
like a
backlog I have to get
tyrant
through.
king.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the
Oh,
evil
but that
dragon
game-
by
oh,
chaining
that
it
again.
up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
However,
Oh,
when the
wow,
queen
that is
slit
cheap.
open the dragon's
They're
belly,
It's
talking
quite
about
cheap. That's the
Expedition
launch
she
33
realized
33.
that
too,
the
so.
princess had long since been digested, and all
Oh my
that
god,
was
review
left of her
embargo. Everybody's
was a
excited.
pile of bones.
Mm-hmm.
Devastated, the
I've
queen
never heard
wept
more
for
people
several
excited about a
days.
review embargo being lifted.
It was then that
To be
a
fair, I'm
devious,
also curious.
smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy. The princess was reborn! The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's innocent civilians in a single gulp. Worse still, the souls of the deceased refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls that would not retreat for a long time. The terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter, our hometown fell into ruin as well. Until...
Until?
Actually, I don't know what happened next either.
Oh, my. It seems that you still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Pelixia.
Also, sick wheelchair.
So, according to
Yeah.
your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image. And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As
You
for
know,
what
the
it is
blasphemy
and how I
thing
was
that she
able
was
to
just
accomplish
talking about. Why don't you
I'll
pay
keep the
attention?
answers to myself for now.
That would be
My
spoilers.
goodness, is this cliffhanger really necessary?
It's
Cliffhanger.
Poggies. It keeps the people invested.
Quiet, Titan. Continue
Continue
to enjoy
bug
this
fix,
splendid play,
and balance
and the
patch
truth
for
will
Monster Hunter
naturally
Wilds.
reveal itself.
Dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
In that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations. After all, you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of study.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
A fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
I don't know. Don't.
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead. What? At a loss for words?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of equal weight to it, right?
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
You flatter me. Why don't I ask you a question as well, as a form of equivalent exchange?
Of course. What is your question?
9 plus 10.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
What? What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Let's just leave it at that. That was rude of me.
Yes, I would.
Oh?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation.
Swear to God, if they
After
make me
all,
cry before raid, I'm gonna lose it.
Me.
If I have to cry before raid, it's over!
Honey, you got a big storm coming.
No! I swear to God!
Unfortunately, they cannot hear you.
My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life,
Not excited for
I am
raid. He
unable
wants
to
he
complete
wants to
the
dance
trial.
around. He has a
You
ritual
shall wither,
for watching
and
raid.
through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate
I hate
is
how they
such
sync
a
up.
cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life. I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Anaxa internally has the biggest shit-eating grin on his
Amphorius'
face.
history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself? I have long held three hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
It's Nias!
Regarding this matter, Nias, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
Oh, don't worry. You'll only be weaponized for a sacrificial ritual to empower the entire nation of Castrum Kremenos. That's all. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Just repeating the same shit over and over again.
Hey, Sky, did you ever notice that Amphorius is a loop?
Yeah. Infinity.
It's an infinity loop. Do you get why now?
This is the safest course of action.
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason.
I came to that realization a little bit later, but honestly, it's
So
so peak. It's like, oh.
So gods are made of the humans. Then they go crazy with the black tide.
Please,
How the black tide is created for some reason, I don't know. And then
Yeah, I
the
still don't
cycle
quite know
just
that.
begins again.
Yeah.
They have to find new heroes to take the place of the old heroes to become the gods themselves.
Yep.
Why would you
I don't know what the black
dare to
tide is
sacrifice
from
yourself
though.
for a future
That is
you
still
won't
not
get to
certain.
witness?
But we know why it's a cycle.
Because
It's a fucked up
is our
cycle, isn't
destiny.
it?
I mean, it is a cycle. Why it's a cycle, I have no idea why it would be. Why this is even happening.
Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. A journey I began long ago. If your sister or Chaos were in my position, I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate wait a little longer.
Of course. This warrior is Lord Nias. As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is, in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attain their divinity. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Anaias.
Him of
Oh. You can now select Castris.
Ooh.
You can still go a little bit further. She's very
Emerge from your
curious.
cocoon! Nikador's courage is a testament that they have never once retreated from a battle.
I've heard that these words are still engraved in Castrum Kremnos even today. It didn't occur to me that they were actually part of an alchemical formula. Sealed within this statue is undoubtedly his sacrifice.
They use their own body as our city walls, keeping out and protecting us from the pervasive spread of madness. They are acutely aware that if the end times were to arrive, there would be nothing left in this world to conquer.
Honor, courage, tenacity, sacrifice.
And finally, the only thing that remains is reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Naias.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe the truth is that you aren't able to feel sorrow anymore.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not even a feeling of despair. I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process. And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how could I not revel in that fact?
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments be reduced to nothing? Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciling this doesn't come easily for a mortal.
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young lady. The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an
He's
empty
he's
shell.
not really made a diamond
It was
though.
late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. On the way back, I encountered someone. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in the slightest. And maybe because I saw myself in him, I inexplicably asked him a question. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs?
Jesus Christ.
To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss?
I don't know who this
Now
guy is,
please
but he's
go
certainly
away
crazy.
and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly what life is, and death is, but a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate. Instead, willingly and respectfully embrace it.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
I know, it's fucking ironic, but it's true.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, you will be able to understand my words. It is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road and humbly await your arrival. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, this mo-
I knew this day would eventually come.
Nice. Is
Are the both of you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Calixia.
Oh no. I had a feeling. Had a feeling! There's she! There's Castris!
What? This...
Fucking knew it. Also, sorry. My microphone is super high for that. My apologies.
Is this... Calixia's sister?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Me?
I
Now,
figured it was.
it's time for us to fulfill our promises.
Exactly the same. Like you said, twins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't see Palexia's colors, but you can see the butterfly. Butterfly stuff.
What are you afraid of? That
I'm
I
sorry. Hold on, I fix.
won't be able to do it.
I'm so far away.
I'm back. There we go.
Sky, you're leaving!
No, I'm
The
here.
dead will sprout again from the remains and be reborn with the dead flame.
I'm here.
As foretold in the prophecy.
Yeah,
and
this is.
according to
Yeah,
our
these are like
vows,
memories.
Once it all ends, we must face our fated moment
That
head-on.
Anaxa is showing these two.
Even if it was prophesized, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Why are we the only ones who are forced into mutual destruction? Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. But you're different. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
You're wrong, Polixia. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and
Yeah, man,
looked back at the
she's
journey I
styling
took,
and cruising in that wheelchair,
I
brother.
discovered
It's
that
crazy.
flowers had long since bloomed along the path I walked. It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers. One that is more beautiful than the promised land at the end of the world. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll forever live on as memories inside your head. Will they not?
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
Well then, tell me. What exactly are we?
I don't know.
History repeats itself. They're asking the same questions again.
But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others,
I hope
or
Estella
even
Rod
by
isn't
this
involved
world,
with the Black Tide. That'd be really fucked up. Oopsie poopsie.
ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is why I will always, always be by your side. We're twins, after all. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death.
Oh yeah, I do too, Chuck. I do too.
After that, use it to plant the first bud in the
Eerie
prophesied
time.
new world.
I mean, it's already been, like, talked about online about who the Flame Reaper, whoever the fuck that Dark Reaper was.
Yeah, I'm not engaging in that.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I am certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. Even now, my answer remains the same. This is why, sister, I promise you, in the prophesied new world, I shall plant the first bud on your behalf. Go now. Return to the Ocean God's treasured pearl, our hometown. I shall open wide the entrance to the Netherrealm and grant you a second life. The living beings on this earth shall respond to my call and lead you to the sacred daylight.
No!
Remember,
You don't want to bring
do not
people
look
back
on the land of the dead. Do not stop moving.
Why not? It's always fun.
Nah.
Promised by the prophecy.
It always goes well. Come on.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
equivalent exchange.
Ugh.
That's this guy. You're kicked out of the Mage's
Be the
Guild for
one
that.
to pay it.
Bringing people back to life.
Edward.
Everybody, we've come
Anyway,
to the end.
flashback over.
Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme
What could
Being,
possibly go wrong?
so I was unable to completely fuse their soul into my own body. However,
That cemetery
being
intensify.
able to
Stop.
glean all this from them is exciting enough. I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes roamed the land. These heroes followed a prophecy and took possession of divine authorities one by one, until they eventually became the pantheon of the New World. Just like the flame chase journey of today, Amphorius's history is cyclical in nature.
What a startling revelation. This means that the demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the new titans at the world's end. Thereby
Then everything
shaping
happens
their
all
new world.
over again.
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the prophecy.
This is utterly unbelievable. Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are Thanatos, their whereabouts are still unknown even today.
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town, the birthplace of alchemy in the tale of the dragon? In our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description. Styxia.
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I have also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia, it had long turned into underwater ruins.
Take this.
Yeah, I like the blue.
The new Sporist
Blue and yellow.
masterpiece. The Philosopher's Stone.
No yellow.
It was made by transmuting all of the sages' wisdom into a single entity, with their flesh and blood as its foundation. Remember, I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering, and ascension. This process also applies to the pursuit of truth. Regardless of how unbelievable this sounds, the truths of the world have been refined from the impurities. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the Netherrealm and discover Thanatos' fate.
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Okay, I found out a good stopping point.
Simple.
Okay.
I shall merely admit to the entire
getting close to
world
that
that
time.
my experiment
Oh
is a
yeah,
failure.
that's why I was like, I need to know because
However,
I don't
my
wanna,
line of thinking
I don't
will
want
not
them to
fail
wait.
because I have already planted
No,
the
make them
seeds
wait,
of
guy,
doubt
make them
into the
suffer.
hearts of the masses.
It'll be funny.
Actions speak
'Cause they wanna
louder
do
than
it for me
words,
and Mori, it wouldn't be
Casterus.
fair.
With the assembly about to begin, don't forget the promise
Whether I
you've
remember
made.
this fight or not is a whole other ordeal.
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. While we converse, his life is also slowly slipping away. But before I
Yeah.
leave, I have another question.
He's big brain galaxy
What
brain
exactly
moments.
did we witness just now?
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step. Go. Do not disappoint me.
I understand.
So she relayed this whole
Hey, child of humanity.
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed to me. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions. Let's discuss this topic again when she manages to find the evidence.
I merely wanted to ask, was that stone transmuted from your heart?
I don't know.
If so, rebirth is no longer an option for you.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my family.
I lost everything. Might as well go all the way.
Although you
Jesus
saved my
Christ,
life,
this guy.
I also lost my soul in the process.
I dropped
Now
my
I'm merely
cheeseburger
forsaking
down a
my
hole.
body. What's the big deal?
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all? Furthermore, if your hypothesis is proven correct, does it not just confirm that the myths are true, and thereby invalidate all your theories?
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
I don't think it's their fault, if I'm being honest. I think it's just...
Currently!
That's a lot to take in at once.
No shit. Oh, we're back here.
Lady
talked all the way
Aglaya,
here.
please, let me explain.
Actually, there's technically 2 spots, but
Go on.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kindness desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching Citizens' Assembly.
yes, he's a sociopath.
Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness.
That growl was real. Holy
They
shit.
want to suspend the trial once
Did you
Thanatos'
eat?
core flame is reclaimed,
When I got
hoping
home.
thus to eradicate death from this world. If they're successful, then the flame chase journey will cease, and Akama can enjoy everlasting peace.
I had a big lunch. So
But
it
I
wasn't a
know
big deal.
this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk, the danger nevertheless remains. Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision. But someone must bring the core flame before we can begin negotiations over it. The Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, someone has to make this trip to bring back Mr. Soul.
Mister.
Well said.
Mister.
You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes and placed us in this difficult situation.
The great performer.
A world without
The
death.
the funny
Do
guy.
you desire that too?
The scringly dingly. The plongy spongy.
I know, he's got so many
Dictates
freaking
that my
titles.
path must
Jesus.
oppose yours. I will do all I can to
Tom
resist
Cruise
it
is forcing you to
and
do
protect what I aspire to achieve.
Yeah.
Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
Castro, you changed. Unsure what to say, but offers a smile. Oh, unsure what to say, but offers. Have mercy, Aglaya. Stay your threat.
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am glad to have heard your true thoughts.
Damn, I wish you weren't a bitch.
Styxia. I visited that place in the past.
Smells
Though
of
it is now an
corpses.
island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, it's not hard to see its former splendor. Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Castris.
Yeah.
And the god of death himself.
I mean, I didn't even know I died. Jeez.
I too look forward
Man, you
to
just
your
super
journey.
dead.
I was super dead.
I wonder.
The god
kinds of
told
new
me, man,
interpretations
you
your
can't do
completed
this. You
story
died.
will
You
bring
got
to the
15
flame
days
chase
to figure
journey.
this out.
Thank
Otherwise,
you,
you're super dead.
Lady Eclipse.
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but
Yes, Paulina.
if Styxia is now an island surrounded by the river of Souls torrents, then how do we find a way in? Lady Treby is probably...
The answer is quite simple. In the myths, Zagreus
15
once made the
days.
domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter and leave the nether realm as they pleased.
Also
And if
get
they
it.
could do that, then it
Styxia.
follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same.
Also, not tonight, but
I'll see
tomorrow.
you at Memorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow.
Ah.
Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
Ah.
No.
Huh?
Gee.
The tumultuous day finally comes to an end. Everyone disperses, each lost in their own thoughts. Don
So
Hung
you
is
could
back.
stop. That's great for Dong Han. You could stop here because entering this part will throw you into a couple more cutscenes, where it's safe and isolated. The true stopping point will be the next time you get a waymark. It will be near the bathhouse. That will throw you into like another 45-minute long cutscene hell.
Should we stop here then? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at least it's an isolation away from something you could accidentally run into, you know?
Let me talk to this thing.
You have to finish the story before it opens up.
Wild wind
Oh, really?
carries with it
Yeah.
a scent of rust.
I can't talk to the drunk cauldron thingy?
No.
Basin?
That's, you can't talk to the vase that's voiced by, Tribby.
Yes, I can.
You can. Oh. Oh wow, you don't have, I forgot you don't.
Almost done.
I still can't believe that's Tribby, what do you mean?
It's accepted, Hunter.
I seen that video and I had to give that to you.
You just for that part, right?
Yeah. All the boys were like, yeah, bass! I was like,
Yeah, basin. It's like, you know, I'm like, loop.
oh my god. Is it the action hour? Why did she get out of the lunch break? No lunch for us.